So what's up guys, it's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. In today's video guys, we have my updated 4-2-3-1 tactics and instructions. Now those of you that have been around on the channel for a while will understand that the 4-2-3-1 is my favourite formation. Has been for many years because I just love the balance and variety that comes with it. It's just so good in many different situations and it just fits my style of play really well. So yeah, with all that aside guys, I hope you enjoy the video and let's get right into it. If you guys want coins for FC24, make sure you check out MMOEXP.com. Their link is down in the description. They're very fast, they're very cheap, they're very reliable, and if you use my code Rema, you can get yourself a lovely 5% discount. Alright guys, so starting off with the tactics for the 4-2-3-1. Defensive style, we have this on balanced. Balanced because it does give you the best control over the defense in my opinion. When you want to press, you can. If you want to drop off and be passive, you can as well. So I really like balanced. Defensive width guys, 45. I have this for most of my formations at the moment. Just really nicely formatted in my opinion, because you can primarily defend in a nice narrow and compact shape, but at the same time you still have that width to cover the wider areas in case an opponent goes for an attack down the wing. Moving on to the depth guys, I'm using 60 at the moment. I keep alternating between 55 and 60, but at the moment with this formation I'm preferring 60, getting that defensive line a little bit higher. I feel like you can afford to do that sometimes with those two CDMs as cover and stuff like that. I don't know, just seems to be really nice with this formation. You can do the 71 depth thing, however, if you would like, or just use whichever depth you want. For the build-up play, guys, I have it on balance. Gives you the most controlled, varied form of build-up. So when you want to play slow, for example, you can. Then if you want to play a bit faster, you can also do that. So balanced is great in my opinion. Direct passing is an absolute must. It's the only one which will allow you to break down that park the bus defense. Basically, attackers will commit these runs, defenders will follow the attacker making the run, and then the attacker will cut back after the defender has overcommitted, so you can easily pass the ball to them essentially. So it's a pretty boring tactic, but very effective nonetheless. Now for the attacking width guys, we've lowered this over the past couple of days. We did have it up in like the high 50s, 60s the other day, but the reason we've lowered it is because my passes feel really slow. So every time I pass the ball, my players are that far apart from each other when I use a higher width that because they're traveling so slow, they're just getting intercepted because they're just not reaching the player. So I've had to lower this just to make my players a bit closer together. But yeah, this game's really inconsistent, so you often have to change these things, you know, like every few days, because you have to adapt to different things, which is really annoying. It's just how it is though. Now for the players in the box guys, we have this on 6, and then the corners and the free kicks guys, I just have them on 1, but you can do whatever you want with that. Moving on to the player instructions guys, on the striker I have him on stay central and mixed attack. I like mixed attack when we're using a one striker formation because I feel like you get more out of the player. If you have them on getting behind in this formation, I feel like sometimes they can get a little bit lost and isolated, you know, a bit further away from the rest of the team. But when you have them on mixed attack, they do get more involved in the build up and they feel a bit more connected to the attack, which is why I do like it. We obviously want them on stay central as well, since they are a lone striker, so we don't exactly want them drifting out wide, otherwise we have no one to finish our chances. Moving on to the central cam guys, we just have him on get into the box across. This is so he is not hesitant in getting into the penalty area, but everything else we don't want to restrict because he should have a bit of a free roll in that cam position. For the wide cams guys, at the moment we just have them on get into the box for cross as well, for the same reason as the central cam. I also don't even have them on comeback on defense because I feel like it's much easier to counter attack when these players are on basic defensive support. So if you're comfortable with your defending ability, you can leave these on basic defensive support and you'll find your counter attacks much more effective. But if you are struggling with your defending, pop them on comeback on defense and it'll make it much easier for you, as it will defend in like a 4-4-2 shape. Moving on to the left CDM guys, the more defensive minded midfielder. Stay back, cut passing lanes, cover centre. The most defensive options you can use really. Obviously we don't want him flying forward if he is a defensive minded player. Cut passing lanes, so he's always looking to intercept those passes. And then cover centre, so he primarily focuses on covering those central areas. For the right CDM guys, I use a more box to box style player. So on this player we leave them on the default settings and then just pop them on cover centre. We don't want to restrict them to just doing like specific things if they're a box to box, because they should do a variety of things, so we kind of just let them do that with the default settings. Cover center though will keep them primarily in those central areas when defending, which is what we want. Moving on to the fullbacks, guys, whichever one is your most attacking fullback, pop them on balanced attack and overlap. This is really useful because it does give you that extra option. You know, you get that extra angle. It's just much easier to attack, in my opinion, having one of these players going on the overlap, especially since this is a bit of a narrow formation, does really help you out. For the other fullback, whichever one is your more defensive one, stay back and overlap so you have at least 3 defenders back at a time, but when you send them on the run forward, they'll make the overlapping runs the same way the other fullback does. For the 2 centre backs, guys, I leave them alone, of course. As for the goalkeeper, guys, we just leave him alone. We do not touch him. But yeah, guys, there are my tactics for the 4-2-3-1. If you have enjoyed or found this video useful, please be sure to drop it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you are new so you never miss out on any videos like this one. And don't forget to turn on those notifications. And with all that aside, guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.